This is Peter Arndt, physical therapist with Body Renovation Physical Therapy and Elite Sport and Spine Chiropractic in Brookfield. This is part of our shoulder series. What we're going to do today is a shoulder opening series to open up the anterior or the front side of your shoulder. It's going to be a isometric contraction in both directions as well as a mobility for the front side of the shoulder. What we're going to do is we're going to be working this left shoulder here. We're going to bring up that shoulder to about 90 degrees. We're going to be in a doorway, so my hand is just going to go onto the door frame like so. From there, what we're going to do is I'm going to be in a stride step and I'm going to come forward onto my front foot here. And then I'm going to open up my chest and rotate away from this arm on the door so that I feel a pull across the top side of my chest here. Once I get into that position and I find that stretch barrier, that first stretch barrier, then I'm going to stay there for about 2 minutes to just open up this space in my shoulder. I want no pain here. I just want to open that up, feel that stretch. Nice, easy, deep diaphragmatic breathing here, or big belly breathing here. Once I've done that for 2 minutes, then I'm going to resist into the door. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push my arm forward into the door, and the door frame is going to block that forward motion. So I'm going to push in. I'm going to, as if I'm pushing on a scale at about 10 pounds, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. I'm going to hold for a total time under tension of 20 seconds. Then I'm going to back out of there. 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. The whole time I'm not losing any ground, meaning I'm not pushing myself away. I'm finding where that stretch barrier is and I'm staying there. So I'm pushing into the door and I'm holding at that position. After I've done that, then I'm going to attempt to lift my arm off or backwards off of that door frame. So all of the stuff in the back side of my shoulder is going to work here. If I'm at my end range, nothing's going to happen, but you're going to feel the muscles in the back side of your shoulder pull backwards. Total time under tension for 10 to 20 seconds here. And I repeat this about 3 to 4 times. I might move my arm up here provided my shoulder can take this position so that I can stretch diagonally down to the base of this pec. And in this position, I'll do the same thing. I'll do a 2-minute stretch followed by that 20-second resist and that 10 to 20-second lift off, repeating that about 3 to 4 times.
I'm Dr. Zach Shields, chiropractor at Elite Sport and Spine. Today we're going to be going over 2 shoulder exercises. So the first one is going to be a Mackenzie internal rotation exercise. And you can either do this with a towel depending on your range of motion, or you can do it just with your hand. So last week we went through Apley's scratch test, which was where you were reaching behind your back to see how far you could go. So if that range of motion is something that was limited for you, this would be a great exercise to improve that. So you're going to be bringing your hand behind your back and with your other hand grabbing your wrist and slowly pulling across. So the shoulder that you're working on is not doing a whole lot of work with this. Most of the work is being done with your other hand and you're pulling straight across passively there. And you're not trying to pull up at this point, just straight across. So if your range of motion is limited there, you could take a hand towel, reach that behind your back if you can't get your hand all the way back there, and pull across that way. So that would look something like this. Take hand towel, fold it in half, come behind the back, and just pull this way to start out with. So if you can already get your hand behind your back, great. Grab the wrist, pull across. If your range of motion is limited to the point where you can't quite get it there, take a hand towel behind your back and pull across that way. That's the Mackenzie internal rotation exercise. Do sets of 10 reps there, 2 to 3 sets of 10 reps a couple times a day, again, to help loosen up the supraspinatus muscle and the front side of the shoulder. The second exercise we're going to go through this week is going to be a progression off of the open book exercise that we went through last week. So last week we mentioned that the open book exercise was going to be based on the DNS 5-month position. We're progressing all the way to a 7-month position this week, and we're going to a shoulder uprighting exercise.
To begin shoulder uprighting, lie on the shoulder of the side that you want to train with your downside elbow and shoulder flexed to 90 degrees. Breathe into your belly and roll your torso slightly forward. Press the outside of your elbow down into the floor and lift your upper body off the table by pivoting through this elbow. Once the top position is reached, slowly control your body back down towards the table by pivoting back through your elbow. An important reminder during this exercise is to breathe into your belly and brace your core throughout the whole movement so that you can maintain a neutral spine.